folks, it's your boy Down Wonder, and I'm back on another show that I'm very late to the ball on. Now guys, sometimes, you guys know, I like to wait. I don't like to watch shows as they air all the time. Girls is a show that has been hailed from so many fans for so many years that it's the greatest show. And you know, I didn't think I was going to really like this show because I wasn't a big fan of Sex and the City, and I thought it was going to be just like another updated millennial-ish Sex and the City version. But I knew I had to get around to it because I heard just the writing is just so good that I need to check it out. And I did. This review is going to cover up season 4, 2015. And I've got a lot to say about the show. Mostly positive actually. So let's do it.
Tyro Media.
We're talking about who run the world? Girls. Girls is a dark comedy drama series that features the lives of 4 20-something girls that are kind of just come out of college. I think it's been a year or two. They're trying to live in New York, and the story follows their lives as they just try to accomplish their goals, their ambitions, and just try to survive in New York City. Now, like I said before, when I heard about this show airing on HBO, I thought to myself, I like HBO. They do very compelling, great storytelling series. A lot of shows I love, and I thought I'd wait and see what the people have to say. If this is going to be some girly show, girls' perspective, blah blah. I don't mind watching shows like that if the story's compelling. And this show got a lot of praise, and I don't know, I just put it off for so long, and finally I watched it. And the thing that I have to say about the show I like is that it's a very dry, cynical comedy that is centered around drama, but at its core, I feel like it's just trying to be, I don't know. Well, let me say this. The co-writer of this is Judd Apatow. Judd Apatow, you've seen him done movies like The 40-Year-Old Virgin, Funny People, Knocked Up. This is, if you like his kind of movies that are kind of based on reality, but they deal with quirky characters, then you kind of know if you're going to like girls or not, because I can see where his writing style comes into play. As well as the main lead, Lena Dunham, who actually plays not only a co-writer with Judd Apatow, but she's the main character as well, which is just, she is something else in this show. I mean, this show is really, it's fun. It's fun in a very twisted way. I mean, there's a lot of people that find the show depressing because these 4 girls, this show is not glamorized at all. It's not these shows showing these 4 pretty girls living in New York and their parents are supporting them with money, just living their lives like a younger version of Sex and the City. Like I said, it's not that. These girls are not. This show has an undertone of broken dreams, disappointment, kind of bad relationships. It just has an undertone of kind of things aren't working out too great, but not in a melodramatic or depressing way, just in a life is kind of shitty way. And that's what I can appreciate. These characters are very quirky, and I don't know, they're not caricatures or anything, but I just find them, I find the humorous to watch, but their interactions are real. Although comical, although kind of weird, they are real, and they're just being honest, and I like the honesty of the show. This show has great writing, especially with the dialogue. The dialogue is absolutely fantastic. I've heard lines in this show that are just hilariously horrible. Like, I have to point this out. There's one line where 2 of these girls are in an argument, and one of the girls said, "You're like an open wound." You know, everything you do is like a wound. You're just full of pain. I just thought, shit, that's harsh. That's disgusting. You're calling someone a fucking wound? Damn, girls got sharp tongues. And this show doesn't hold back. Speaking of holding back, a big element of the show, and not for titillization, is sex. Now, HBO are known for having sex just in shows, Game of Thrones, or, you know, gay sex. This show is no exception. But the thing that makes this show different about sex is it's really casual and just, it's not, I don't even think the word's casual, it's just kind of there. The sex scenes just happen. They're just so, yeah, they are casual, just trivial. That's what they're trivial. The sex scenes just happen, and when they happen, someone will just take off their pants, they just start fucking, and you just feel like you've walked into a room and you've just seen it happen. You just feel kind of like, okay, there's no music playing, there's no mood set, and they just make sex feel kind of, I don't know, just kind of, I don't want to say uncomfortable. It just, I guess this is what sex is really like. Well, obviously I've had sex before. I'm just saying that when you're watching it, it's just like, okay, this isn't Hollywood sex. I guess it's just like real life again. The thing I appreciate about the show is it's just kind of honest. It's the honesty I appreciate. And also, the hipster bashing. This is one of the funniest shows of hipster bashing. Honestly, intentional hipster bashing. I mean, if you don't know what hipster is, it's just these pretentious guys that find quirky things and try to build them up to be special when they're not. And you know, some people make money off them, and some people make them into a fad. And these things come from fashion to food to anything. And this show is a big hipster joke. A lot of the characters are hipsters themselves. People call me hipster for wearing glasses. But you see so many hipsters in this show, and they take there's hipster mockery to the highest degree in the show, and I find it just hilarious, man. One of the things that I have to say, I praise about the show as well, the name of the show called Girls kind of underplays the show because there's a lot of guys in the show. Actually, when I think about it, there might even be more guys than girls. The guys not the focal characters, as I said, the four main girls are, but guys are really interesting. The male characters are interesting. This isn't a show like it's not from the female perspective. The female characters are the central characters, but the male characters are supporting characters, and they're just as intriguing, engaging, and fun as the characters. They're all different. Even though Lena Dunham is the main character, all the characters have their equal time to shine throughout the show. I think the show is executed very well. And it's a very short show. Every season is like 10 episodes, 12 episodes, and every episode is half an hour. You know, I'll be fair and say this show isn't for everyone. When I was watching this show, it was reminding me a lot of Curb Your Enthusiasm, where you live in this world that's based on reality, but the comedy is so dry, but so believable, and these things do happen, but it's kind of just, it's a weird world. But I will say, even, this show does have a lot of insight into girls, the mind of a girl. I think some things are stereotypical, but I think some things are honest and real. And as a guy, I like this show. I think this show is very funny, man. And maybe, I think it's the kind of comedy you kind of like or don't. It's very dry, it's very dark, very cynical. And maybe it is kind of depressing sometimes, but I just take it for what it is, man. I think the show is very honest. If there was one word that came to my mind about the show, it's honest and clever. And I'm going to give Girls a first class. I think it's a first class show. I think it's not Sex and the City. It's not some debutante, prissy, girls in New York spending their parents' money kind of show like I feel it was. It's a very clever, well-written show that's gotten a lot of accolades over the years. Now I understand why. I really do love this show. I think it's one of the best shows I've seen in years. And that's because the cast are balanced so well. The characters are really fun and flavoured, and I would love to point them out separately and all that. But the cast on the whole are great. But if I had to point out to the main lead, Lena Dunham, and her boyfriend in the show, I think his name is Adam Driver, these two are fantastic in the show. These two are so off, but so interesting and so honest that I just love them. So first class for me. If you haven't watched Girls already, and you probably have because I'm last to the show, if you're wondering about it, I hope I've given you some perspective, because I think I've been honest as much as I can be about the show. I do like the show. That's my opinion, and I hope you agree. If you don't agree, feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think, girls. Do you like the show? Do you hate the show? Will you never watch this show? Because some people I know do not want to watch this show, and they've already got preconceived notions of what I think or what they think the show is. And I just want to clear it up that this show wasn't what I thought it was going to be. But again, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Guys, if this was your first time with Planet Tyro, welcome to the channel. We do a lot of reviews here, a lot of discussions on everything. That's why I like to hear feedback from you guys. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see in the future. I'm open to suggestions, but click the annotations to check out more videos. Until the next video though, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm going to see you later. Take care now. Peace.